쇼다운 하나생명 e스포츠 대 젠지 e스포츠.
Yeah, into the bot would have been a lot harder. Also would have had a tough time not just getting ulted and killed by that Tempered Fate. Is going to be the gym bar to the surprise of absolutely no one. So, KT, it's going to be, for me, about the early game. I think that this composition theoretically actually has a strong late game because Gwen, Ryze are both powerhouses. Plus you have the opportunity to really try and play towards them inside. But I think Bard is such a good answer as well into these type of semi-global comps because he allows you to rotate so much faster. Then you have Jhin who can follow up really easily. And then the 5v5, like straight 5v5. The only downside for Hanwha is that they don't have a traditional front line, right? Like depending on the build, Galio can kind of serve as that, but he's not really a great main initiator.
I think this composition is pretty tried and true. We'll see whether it works as we jump into the Rift for game number 1. I'm very worried. The red side Rumble situation is no longer there. Rumble is feeling better than ever as Perfect just diving on top of Peanut here. Peanut says top of the morning to you. But with these dashes, Perfect is being very annoying. Another just a little bit, but level 2 will be gained by Perfect a little earlier.
Like 6 Qs, and then he locked in and he didn't miss any.
Oh, yeah. Buzz coming on over. This is not when Zeus wanted to go for the dive, and that is first blood over to Perfect.
Kind of looking for the turnaround. Hasn't quite found it yet, really, with troubles that started during...
Oh, Hook gonna connect here. Level 5 for Delight as he does have to flash to get himself out of the way, but it is a gorgeous Cosmic Binding as BDD still comes over. The Realm Warp comes in. Double Taunt does come on down as the curtains have been called, but Cuz will show up, and down goes Zeka as well. That is Feats of Warfare, and the KT roller coaster is going up, baby.
He's putting it out there.
And I also think that even if KT win game 1, the chances are low. Flash back up and available as KT also looking to take this dragon.
Well, that's just mean.
This is mean as well, as Viper is going to go golden momentarily, as the Hook is going to be a little bit off, as BDD's tanking up the turret. Fast Bomb goes wide, and see, I say it, and immediately KT just flub a dive.
Oh, you said flub a dive.
Yeah.
I thought you said flubber dive. I'm like, is that a,
if Zach was in the game,
no,
that's Elastic Slinker.
I'm like, are you talking about the movie?
All right, well, now they're just going to wait until Gwen is not immune. And she's not immune, and there goes the perfect game. So there we go. We don't need to talk about it anymore. As Shelly loses interest, we'll be able to go back to the pit, as HLE still looking for more as Perfect. Does manage to sidestep the Cosmic Binding, and the heroic entrance does come down. No knock-up onto Perfect right now as Cuz turns up, and KT, everyone there to protect Perfect. The magical journey did come on through there, and now the rest of HLE are coming on over. Nice knock-up with the depth charge, but Peter is still going to go down. Tempered Fate going to connect here as now Perfect is going to be the target. Decent double taunt there as Perfect goes down, but now Doctum finding all of the damage as BDD gets in amongst it, and the magical journey is not able to get the Bard out, but Viper and Zeka will survive. It's Rift Herald into Dragon as well.
I know.
The charge angle not going to be interrupted by a Tempered Fate either.
Now,
but with this turret going down.
And now Hanwha Life have Pry on the Dragon. So big win there for Hanwha.
Oh, Peter looking to come in here as HLE. This is a little dangerous as the Cosmic Binding is going to go wide. Deadly Flourish does connect as Perfect is making his way over. It's a dangerous position, but he's able to just slip his way out. Tempered Fate going to come through as the curtains have been called. There is Cuz locking down the Dragon, but immediately the KT players fall. And HLE finally finding themselves a good team fight angle as Chemtech Soul as well. Ox, man, just be paying a little bit more attention. That would be absolutely fine. But that is 4 on the floor here for KT.
Now the case, though, is Zeus.
Yeah, the equalizer is pretty nice here, but still, Zeus is well and truly dead, and Cuz is able to walk it off. So there's a nice little pick, evening out the kills here once more.
And that's what here, Zeka is in the area as well, but he doesn't have his ultimate, right? Because he used it in the previous play, which is why Cuz sees the angle here. And this is more and more gold going towards the jungle duo on KT a little bit, but that alone not going to be enough as, oh boy.
Yep. Perfect going to be having a little bit of a struggle here as the Meep Slap came on down. There is the redemption for a bit of extra damage there as well, as the needlework is actually keeping him alive pretty well as, oh my goodness, Perfect almost does it. But Peanut is able to lock him down in the end with the help of Zeus and Delight. kind of new.
I actually think... Oh.
Okay, BDD
will
be able to find the Rune Prison as Justice Punch comes on through. Stun going to be avoided pretty well, but HLE, they are just on the Otacon, and they'll sacrifice their Galio for this. KT still over here, looking for an opportunity, but Cuz has no way of getting on in.
BDD,
so this is
late.
just
push.
Oh, okay. Well, Perfect is still going to try for something as the exhaust goes down onto the clone. The depth charge comes in as the Tempered Fate, not exactly the most optimal. Still Delight taking a lot of damage as BDD finally going to get in here, and Doctom is going bananas. In goes Zeus, but he will fall down as the Deadly Flourish not quite working out as BDD gets the Seraphs, and oh my god, this rise! Eventually he does go down as the bullets do not rain true, and Doctom, man, KT, they got an 80 carry. Everyone's practicing.
I actually do think that Zyra is due for a comeback, by the way.
Oh, maybe. As Peter gonna have to flash, as the curtains have been called, the equalizer goes down as well, and so maybe flashing in exchange for that is kind of all right.
You know,
and I think they've got a decent idea as to what's happening right now, as Cuz, can he actually get in? Tempered Fate is going to go wide as Cuz bounces on top of Delight, but the Baron is just done, and HLE are just looking to get themselves out of here. Even the Deadly Flourish is connecting beautifully. Peter is going to go down. The knockups do come on through as the Cyclone is working out in that backline, but Peanut is still going to fall down. Now they just need to keep these Barons alive as Doctom will find Viper, and Zeus is not going to last too much longer. Only one Baron will remain. And it's Zeka actually moving into the mid lane here to look to take down an outer turret as well, getting the one remaining Baron to use Soul ready.
I'm loving the mayhem, Atlas. I don't really know what the takeaway is. BDE does not get to clear it as Peter looking off. Gets the Hex Flash. Banana Brush Control is there.
Yeah, Banana Brush Control, that's what we want, as Peanut gets into that back line, but he's just going to go down. Tempered Fate actually keeps Cuz alive, of all things. That was ridiculous, as now Zeus going to get knocked down. It's a double kill for the Corki. This is going to be Soul for KT. And the roller coaster, yeah, there was some dips, but that's what makes the ride fun.
I love this. Classic Death Brush. Yeah. Trying to catch Perfect on the sideline, but he knows!
He actually just dashes into the brush. He now there. The magical journey cannot be taken by the bard again. And Doctom actually goes on over. I don't know about that one, as the equalizer is going to do absolutely nothing at all. Peter finds his angle in, and Zeka, absolutely no hope. He goes golden to see his death for a few moments, but no chance is he taking down this Corki. And now Zeus is going to fall as well. KT officially going to dismantle the orange tank here in game one.
Well, that's my problem, is like, with 2 inhibis down, 1 inhib because mid is about to respawn.
Oh, Peanut finding the Cyclone here, looking to try and get into that backline, but BDD currently is untouched. Peanut is able to flash his way out, but still they're in the meat grinder, and my god, HLE finally finding the damage. The GA going to get procced here, and with Doctom dead, there is so much less damage here for KT. As BDD going to be able to pick off this bot, finds the double, and HLE, they thought they had an angle as Viper somehow miraculously able to get himself out as the Deadly Flourish is going to connect. And Peanut, why are we pressing B in that brush? Kind of insane. Still, Viper is able to limp his way out of there. And
the lethal mistake of underestimating BDD. As, that's a big miss.
He calls it as soon as he goes in. He's like, keep going, realm warp in, realm warp in. Cover me, cover me.
Oh my god. You got super wave there that needs to be answered by someone.
Zeus going to get spotted. There is the block, as Cuz taking a lot of damage. Redemption is going to help him out. As BDD
there you
is
go.
just going to be taking inhibitors. And HLE, they're kind of liking these odds. It's a 4v4 in this particular instance, but it's still a flip. As Peanut does have to get out of the pit. Perfect onto this Baron, this Elder Dragon.
Don't need to do anything. Just let BDD push.
They're not even hitting it. They're not even hitting it. BDD is just going to head straight back towards that top side.
Just reset it.
Yep, loses patience.
Perfect.
Oh god, a KT playing a really good macro game, Chronicler.
Not perfect to player. Look at the waves though. Top wave is going to be crashing soon, and KT, just back off.
Yep,
they're backing off. They're doing the thing.
Oh god, they are definitely, there's so much doing the thing. It is crazy, as now Zeka does find Perfect. Zeus is here, he's holding the trigger button. Finally, the equalizer does go down. The exhaust comes through and down goes Perfect. Flash out to avoid the Tempered Fate as now the Redemption comes in and Cuz, he'll find Delight. That's going to be the first kill back here for KT as now Zeka has been isolated. Eats the Rune Prison though very nicely as the knock-up comes through onto Viper. It's not enough to do the damage as Zeus just pops like a balloon. Zeka going to follow suit and Doctorm will find the damage as the Realm Warp delivers only BDD to underneath a very low turret. And KT, I think this may have just been it.
Diabolical coach cam as they are sitting there with agony.
The amount of sweat in that room must be a ridiculous amount of sweat in that room. That was not great by the script, not gonna lie to you. As look at the KT fans,
wait,
no
enthusiasm,
nothing at all. As yeah, he has managed to take down the wave, but he is still going to die as KT, they've got a super minion here. That's gonna be game one, and KT will be able to take a game from one of the teams in the top 3 of the Legend group. Your honors, 4,500 assists for BDD, and sometimes when these stats come up, it's really sad, but this time, it's not at all.
This might end up being the decider between whether they are locked into that second round of playoffs or not.
And but also they have to be nice to KT, because if KT beat T1, then they're out of the woods again.
Well, kind of, yeah.
And let's see, what is Perfect going to be playing? That is the big question. The Crocodile. I don't think that KT are necessarily feeling like they're in as good of a position with a draft like this in comparison to game number 1. But there are certainly some risk factors here on HLE's side as well.
I do think that KT kind of, even though I think the late game is going to be nigh unplayable. I think you're outskilled in a lot of fronts. I think that Zeri late game has a really good matchup into Sivir. You have a ton of ways to get access to the backline. Sivir trying to play the video game when there's a Jarvan in the game is always going to be tough.
Yep.
But with the setup that they have, I actually do think they're lacking some really strong mid-game spikes, right? Because you're playing into Renekton, you're playing into Xin Zhao.
Well, cooldown? Are we allowed to say that? I'll think about that as we get into the fan chants.
It's still next series.
Yeah, and they're on cooldown until then. Zeka is also going to be on cooldown pretty quickly as well, as he is going to manage to go into stealth. All right, let's see whether Zeka can make it work. Level 3 is there's the flash in from BDD. Zeka is so low. One auto attack would be enough to do it. No flashes left available as the ward does go into the brush. And Cuz will make his way over. Wind becomes lightning, but that's not necessary. Audaciously, he picks up the first blood.
I'm going to look for it again as take another look here as, yep, flashes the Q there.
And also make sure that he holds onto the ball the whole time. For the extra, you still get armor and magic resist, right? For holding onto the ball. And that may have actually been relevant, as he does finish it with just about 100 health. And Cuz says, enjoy the meal.
So nice of his mid lane to serve him up.
I know, it's
a freebie.
Nice. Speaking of serving, Delight not quite going to find the pulverize. That is pretty uncharacteristic from this guy on the Alistar after a pretty difficult bard game.
I mean, we're making some cases here. Watch this sidestep.
Oh my god, he plays it right on the edge.
Yeah. Atlas, I'm not believing. Oh, wait, there we go.
We're flipping. Peanut just going to come on over and look to see whether he can take this one down, as there's the knock-up. It's going to be secured by Cuz, and Peanut now needs to get the heck out of here. The flash gets him away.
There were a lot of people on the Rift here today that were there for that Worlds as well, as we might have a 4v4 on our hands.
Yeah, in goes to life, and immediately the Crescent Guard is going to get Cuz out of there, and he's like, nope, don't want to deal with this at all. As now Perfect does have his Dominus available, but Zeus there as well with the public execution is going to come on down, and Boomerang Blade just to try and test the smite of Peanut, but it was mistimed a little bit as they didn't have any visions. All right, here's a bit of a dive, the flash in from Delight, and pop goes the Sivir. Peter is there with the door, as now BDD's coming on over, looks for the shockwave, connects it there onto Delight, as he does manage to stop for the auto. So it's a 1-for-1, but with the Sivir going down, that is dangerous. And now Cuz looking to try and answer, but he does have Zeka on the way as well. They have to be very careful. Whoa, okay. The Ambess is very dead. They'll take and all right, let's see whether he can do his best to survive. The answer is he gets a lot of health back from his Cull the Meek, but and that's the end of that.
Yeah, if he has Dominus, some very funny stuff might have happened. But it in nice timing there by Humble Life.
Yeah, KT already got it down to half health, and it's a Mountain Drake. It's a pretty healthy dragon, but Peanut is going to look to move his way in. Zeka over the wall as well as Doctorm finds a Boomerang Blade onto Delight. He is level 6. As let's see whether Dominus will be able to keep him alive. And the answer is absolutely not. Still Doctom getting some damage through, but it's a double for the Aurora as in goes Cuz, and out he goes after that. Extendo Beam not going to find the mark, but it's not quite a certification, but it is still HLE in a great spot in this game. Thank you.
I really thought you were going to be like perfect. Like
I did used to be. As now BDD's going to get engaged on. The exhaust does come on down, but he's in a lot of trouble. Cuz gets over there though, looking to protect his mid laner, but Zeka is going to close in. Still KT have found Delight, and they will be able to get Doctom a kill, and now BDD is still running his way out. The orb comes over, Zeka misses the button, and there's the clockwork wind up. That's the passive value right there. Yep. And now this Rift Herald should be going over to KT.
I don't know about that smite. Was that Peter's smite, I guess?
Well, Doctom is once again going to get off a decent spell shield, but Viper is going aggressive, and Zeus, oh, you could tell he wanted to press that R button.
That looks a little bit tilted to me as he has Dominus in 2 seconds.
Well, can he actually wait long enough? That's the question. He gets it off, and there are no minions left, but still, Delight has an unbreakable will. There is just no way. He did kill all the minions, though.
He did, yeah. So also, he's getting just chain Freeman, right? And the real question is, what did they get on the opposite end of the map?
Well, first turret blood.
Like first turret blood in mid lane turret, which is a big deal, as well as a bot lane turret. So yeah, that's the big one. For Alwa and Bessa's
Zeka going to get pulled back, not actually able to utilize that W at all, and now BDD follows him to the other side of the wall. Zeka, where are we going? What are we going to do? He has no mana, and BDD I don't think is going to be able to stop the teleport. So out he goes. Still has to use it though as BDD asserting his dominance in this mid lane matchup. Is that something you see often in this matchup? As Megacone is going to bring Peanut further away from where he wants to be. That is going to be the ulti connecting onto 2 as Peanut does flash his way out. BDD is going to find his way over as now Viper's the target, but he heads over the wall as Cuz follows him, but the Megacone is going to get Viper out of dodge. Peanut is running for, looking to try and get through the cupboard as Delight gets himself out of there, and the Otacon should be going over. Zeus is in the top lane.
Atlas.
Yes.
That's Otacon.
That is Otacon.
Atlas.
Whether it means anything is yet to be found out, okay, Chronicle? I don't want you to count any chickens.
They're doing all the prep. It's just Zeus.
I mean, Zeka is there as well, but they do just get on top of him and he's dead. We said single target CC is pretty good for KT, and so when you provide only a singular target, you're gonna get CC'd. But I think that T1 going to be pretty happy with their life in their own hands.
Oh, look, set up here. Cuz and Peter are set up. They can split up the engage.
Yep, soul point available. Zeka can get over the wall, though. Let's see whether he can make something happen with a big ulti, but it is going to be Cuz locking down the dragon. Now Between Worlds comes on through as Zeus gets himself out. Delight going down so incredibly low, though, as the Crescent Guard is good. There's the public execution into the backline, and Zeus pops off and takes down this Sivir. Still, Cuz is trying to get the work done, and Viper is going to fall. Perfect going to do the same thing, though, and KT mostly lying on the floor as it is only Cuz left standing. Yep, KT, they do spot it. They know exactly what's going on. Peanut is taking some real damage as the turn is going to come on through.
And I don't see any response right now. I think perfect. I thought that they knew this was going on.
They're just not gonna check. So
okay, so they're just gonna let it go.
Well, Cuz is booking it, trying to get on in here, but the Baron down to 5,000 health. There's Between Worlds from Zeka. Peter desperately trying to get towards the pit. They get the ward in, but unfortunately, they don't get anything else. As Cuz goes over, the Unbreakable Will comes down. It is going to be the Alistair falling, and KT looking to try and salvage this. BDD making his way over and gives the orb to Renekton.
Ooh, but
HLE do get 4 of the Barons out, but this does look to be Soul. Perfect coming on over to defend this inner turret as Zeka going to get stunned up. There's a shockwave from BDD as well, as Perfect will follow this one up. Down goes Zeka. BDD locks down the killers. Now Viper trying to use the ultimate to get himself away. Has to flash as Cuz will spot him. Finds some walls as down goes Viper. Another Baron eliminated.
Zeka struggling on this Aurora as
Zeus will be able to find the backline here as BDD goes gold, and Doctom is the one in trouble though. Public execution, and he takes down the Sivir. BDD is just trying to exit the whole situation, and he may successfully do so. As Delight headbutts him away. He's kind of happy about that one. Shockwave is going to deny anything. As now Cuz just fighting with Peanut. Some Demacian justice being put down here in this mid lane.
Yeah, Cuz wins that in a 1v1.
Yeah, and Zeus also teleports in. Peanut, perfect. Okay,
no,
he's just going to leave.
You can't, because they're going to look for
Yeah, they had a lot of others.
They still Baron for a minute, what? You know, I play a lot of visual novels, finding out the true ending, it's hard.
All right, yeah, Peanut is just going to dive in there. He is going to go down to his GA, but Zeus gets into that backline as well, and it is just a ruckus underneath that turret. The turret is going to survive. There are no minions left, and there is a crocodile in the top lane.
There's no waves.
Yeah, but Doctor, they did kill Doctor. As Perfect walks over, looks for Zeka with that Stride Breaker. As in goes Delight, finds one with the Headbutt Pulverize, but it's cause he's kind of happy to start this fight. Yeah, wow, the ricochets are really hurting. As the Redemption does get Viper some health back, and he also has those Honey Fruit.
Oh, Blood Wave, perfect
to pick up
and answer it.
Yeah, Peter was actually looking to try and go for a reset as well, I think to resupply on wards. Yeah, he had a control ward down. Now spotting to see whether he was actually seen on his way over as, oh god, Between Worlds' Cuz is in so much trouble. He's got a GA, but he doesn't want to use it here. Audaciously charges towards the two-headed Merkwolf.
Oh, that's still a big win for Hanwha though, because they get the TP out of Perfect.
All right, well, he's immediately teleporting back, so he's not really answering it. Is now Perfect. All right, Cataclysm gets Peanut in there. He's out of there immediately as the public execution just deletes Doctom. And BDD doesn't quite find the angle. He does still have his Shockwave available because doesn't have GA. Peter not going to have his life for much longer, but Perfect gets into that backline. Zeka in trouble. Slice, dice, down goes this Aurora. And now down goes Perfect, as I don't really think too much more is going to happen here. The wave will be eradicated apart from one of these siege minions as KT. They do get back to try and save this Nexus turret, and they do so. But Zeus is just going to finish it up.
20. Like body, head.
Oh, you just and Herald. And first turret, and feats of strength.
Bot lane is back up though. Bot lane inhib. That's actually big. There's only mid inhib that's down.
Well, Viper is looking to make all of them down, and down goes Doctom as just a byproduct of Viper pressing his R button. And the Baron, the tower, not going to be enough to take down Viper here. He will delete that turret. The rest of HLE are looking to try and destroy this crocodile. As Zeus happily dashing his way out, and this game is over, and HLE will bring us to a 3-game series, exactly what all of us wanted, as Zeus will bring down the Wrath of the Dragon to take out his opposite number.
He did less damage than his Xin Zhao.
He got doubled by Viper.
And his, okay, yeah, but this is a 40-minute Zeri game, right? Like that part I'm like, okay, that's fine. But he... And
equalizing damage with a 0 for Renekton is probably not
I think Doctom didn't play that well. I think it's also a hard draft to play into.
But now, what are we going to be getting out of Peanut here as
he's
trying a bit of the Pyoshik trick as the horse is going to come in.
Dive comp.
As it's doing some nonplussed looks. Yeah, Talia Poppy is feeling pretty good. Although, into Trundle doesn't feel fantastic, and Ivern is instead going to be locked in.
Okay, those facial expressions, that's actually peak. I really don't know. I feel like Ivern, in theory, like when you look at the KT draft, I think is actually really good. Trundle, I think, really struggles into him. It gives you a ton of extra safety. It's just with the comp that they had, I actually would have rather seen something like Heka. I'm not even...
Yeah.
The dive comp!
Yeah.
We're playing dive. We have so much setup. We have really good backline access. We have Kai'Sa and Aatrox.
It is a really awkward, and even Kai'Sa doesn't really work with Ivern that well.
Oh my god, I love these. I love this art.
Look, I don't know about the Ivern, but otherwise I do think that Hanwha Life Esports look like they have a great composition. KT, on the other hand, not sure. Let's get into it.
Peanut using the knowledge of the top side clear that Cuz doesn't know, so he's wasting a lot of time. His Delight. Oh, the minion wave!
There it is. Seismic Shove going to connect there as well as BDD has to flash. On the level 5, no Spirit Rush to come on through as there's the rocks, and down goes the Fox. An unnecessary little rhyme there, script, but that's okay. Into his Aphelios because he's looking pretty good in a lot of these trades. As KT going to be able to take one of these grubs, but I don't think they're going to be able to take the rest of them, as Peanut and Zeka will move on over. And I will say it every time.
That's just your favorite amount of gold.
Yep.
Peanut doesn't have flash, by the way.
He did have smite, so there's that. He is really dead though, as he just pops like a balloon. That's BDD grabbing a kill back. And now Cuz, without the jungler on the enemy team, this could be a big opportunity now as Delight. Oh, that pillar Gets, oh, and the Gravitum comes down as well. Pop Blossom needs to be used defensively. It does get Delight out of there. Sorry, yeah, did I say Kindle Gem?
Yeah.
I mean, it is red and does build out of a Ruby Crystal.
It's completely understandable.
Yeah, Flash does have to be used here by Zeka in the mid lane.
Yeah.
It's just, I said N-word. Okay, Zeka now getting pillared here by Cuz. The flash forward from BDD though, and down will go Zeka. The seismic shove from beyond the grave as the Pop Blossom does find one, but Doctom has red, white, and he is ready to fight. Although maybe he shouldn't be, because he's just gonna get eaten by a gigantic Aatrox, and BDD kind of wishes this was another Chemtech Soul game, because that Blast Cone did not take him far enough. Viper will lock down that kill, and HLE skyrocket into a 1K gold lead.
With, oh my god, really?
Congrats for 5,500 assists, Peanut.
Like, you can't play for a messy fight.
Oh.
Like,
Delight is very dead. BDD just going to find him and execute him.
You know, maybe after this we keep the LCK broadcast running, we just challenger bots.
Oh, perfect. Let's get flung around just a little bit here as Zeus is moving in. BDD is immediately ulting away as Cuz is going to explode. Into the backline goes Zeka as well, utilizing that walls. The rest of KT just trying to reform. It's a lot of ultimates on cooldown here for HLE, but I think they should still be able to take down this Rift Herald without Cuz on the map. That's going to be the case though. All right, we are just starting the train. It's a bit of a drive-by there from Perfect, but the Pop Blossom is gorgeous. Still, there's not really a whole lot of follow-up, but still, Cuz is going to die as BDD looking to make his way out against Zeus. Perfect trying to escape as well, and the Infernal Chains pull him back. The Seismic Shove will still miss, but it does not matter. Down goes the Scion. The zombie gets no value, and HLE should be able to make it a double dragon. Well, red, white. Okay, white, purple. Maybe that's going to be good enough. Never mind. He is going to have to be McHale's. That's what Peter does have, so that's certainly good. Still, we are driving Shelly towards this bottom side of the map. See how the drifting goes as Zeus. Oh, man. Looking real clean as they will be able to take down that one as well. The crowd goes wild as he tries to get back in Shelly once more, and BDD will be able to stop him. Let's see what they can actually do.
Oh no,
as Wellnender comes through. Cuz looking for the angle here as the Gravitum is going to be able to lock Zeus in place. The knockup is going to be there with the Wild Growth, but he still dashes his way out.
I was going back in.
Yeah, they're looking for the angle here as he pops on over. That's going to be the wall delivering KT to safety, but also stopping any more aggression. As the Infernal Chains do go wide, we'll see whether that gives KT a little bit of an inroad as Daisy does pop on over. Still, she's taking a lot of damage. The Moonshot does collect it. Down goes Daisy. Does wave goodbye, which is adorable as the wall is going to be set up. And now KT, they're inside the Thunderdome. Perfect, able to break the chains that bind this time around. As Cuz moving forward, the Moonlight Vigil is decent, and Peanut will be taken down. No smite for this Otacon this time, and it's Cuz that's able to lock it up. Still, he's taking a lot of damage. Perfect as well, tanking this up, but he is now unstoppable. The Pop Blossom finds two in the backline. Doctom, one of them at the Severum, keeps him alive, and down goes Viper. Delight, no one there to support him. He's charmed up by BDD, and my goodness, is BDD charming today. As Zeka, he'll just walk his way out. 4 on the floor, and they just get Otacon Chronicler. That's what you asked for. Having Severum for that moment.
Yep.
Definitely great for Doctom.
And now look at the gold swing. By the way, that's not even including the stats you get as
Zeus might also be falling down here as he is just a little bit too far up, and Perfect gets his revenge. It is going to be Soul Point over the HLE.
I don't know
whether it's worth.
KT. I don't love that.
Kind of nice.
Okay, but
Soul Point is a big deal.
Infernal, Atlas.
Yeah, Infernal's a bit better than the double Chemtex that we've had the last couple of games, and especially if Cuz is just going to die. He gets the Wild Growth, and he does flash away, but that is a lot of buttons that are now unavailable, and Viper is just hoovering up the map.
I imagine that's going to be Executioners.
Well, BDD looking for an angle here, does manage to pick off Delight, but Delight stays alive. And BDD may not be so lucky as the knockup does come on down. Oh my god! Okay, yeah, we said the Boom Boom Ultimate build. Yeah, that works. That works. Well, we back to 200 years.
Does he just kill them if he has?
I mean, Infernum's a heck of a gun. As they're moving over towards Zeus, Roar the Slayer doesn't connect. Another shove does land onto Perfect, but he's starting to not really notice them. But the Dragon is getting taken down. 50% health now, and KT does need to make a move. All right, in they go. There's a Moonlight Vigil. It does connect, and Carlos looking to make this one a 50-50. He comes on over and he steals it. It went down to 4 health. As, oh my god, the damage. The pillar is gorgeous. The rest of KT moving over BDD into the back line. Still, Zeka does find the angle, but Doctor, my god! The damage is filthy, and KT, they rock the fight and deny the soul as well. Have a look at this. 30-34. There was a 4, but it was 34. And I mean, it's a really good shove, but ultimately doesn't actually matter. And look at that guy getting all of these resets.
So can just, you know, try to...
He has a Tangle Bobs, though.
Go for a Hail Mary.
There we go.
You have to. You have to. You have to. Oh, they're going to just keep it there?
Yeah, BDD is just going to come on over and say, no, you're just not even going to get into this. Because it sounds like you're saying that Docdom has all the tools to stay alive in a fight.
He does!
And now that you've said it, that cannot be true. As now we're looking for a bit of a face check here. Perfect is just going to wander on in and throws Daisy through the team as Delight is a minion. And Perfect doesn't take damage.
Kind of love that he didn't get hit by the...
The Roar of the Slayer onto the Daisy is so cute, actually, as Moonlight Vigil comes down. It does get a stun onto Zeka, but doesn't do a whole lot of damage with the Gravitum. And again, Daisy is just being rocketed through the team, charmed up. Oh my goodness, this is not very fair. Still, it's now Perfect just going to get focused down. Where's the response from KT? It's just not even really there. Zeus happy to tank that damage as PDD dives in, there's a Pop Blossom, it connects onto the priority target, and down he goes! The GA has been popped, and he does have a Severum. I just don't know whether it's going to be enough to keep him alive, and it is not! PDD cannot answer this! Down he will go, and I blame only Chronicler for this happening! And now, finally, Chronicler will admit that curses are indeed real!
Okay, no! No, why? Yeah, why are we letting him just slowly take down Perfect? We have all the tools in the world!
Why do you have to talk about all of those tools? As Golden is PDD, Delight tanks for quite some time. The Nexus turrets are dead though, and HLE, after an absolute nail-biter, will take down KT in this third game. Yeah, that Pulverize in mid lanes.
Okay,
it's
no,
like
but
glued
is it
to my brain.
Earlier about them losing? Okay, it doesn't matter. I don't want to be having this conversation right now. I need to talk about the game.
Yeah.
That's a KT gold graph.
That is a gold graph if ever I've seen one. Absolutely beautiful.
You know, Atlas, I always like to say I learned something today. I don't know if I did.
Zeus is going to pick it up. Actually got a decent lead on the Rumble as well, but unfortunately that wasn't able to pick up the victory, but the Ambessa was fantastic. And the Aatrox, I mean, the scoreline doesn't look great, but we all know what happened. And he moves up to sole second place here in the POM standings.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Seer for the POM interview translation. Today's POM is Zeus on the side of Hana Life Esports. Congratulations! KT Roster was not an easy opponent today, and it was a pretty close one, but a 2-1 victory. How do you feel? Today was a must-win match, but I think we went as far as to almost losing the game, and I feel like for a while we felt like our performance wasn't very good, so it leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah, after the unfortunate Game 1 loss, you're able to bounce back, and you might have really wanted to stay in focus. So what was the feedback like? You know, the meta really calls for really good team fights and trades. And I think we just mainly focused on talking about the next upcoming game. So I think it was just, let's brush it off and focus on winning and doing well the next game. And in Game 2, we saw your Ambessa shine. There's a highlight where you saved the team from a crisis. Can you walk us through what your thought process was like? I think the team fight opened up not very favorable for us, but I think I was able to see some angle to actually go ahead and kill the Sivir, and that's what my focus was. Yeah, you turned your crisis into a great opportunity. That's right. And in game 3, as your last pick, you guys hovered Hecarim and then went for Ivern. And we caught Peanut smiling on camera. So what was the discussion like? I think Peanut, he was actually talking about a lot of different options that he could play. I think Hecarim was definitely one of those options, but I think Ivern was really the key for this comp, so he just had to go ahead and find the opportunity for Ivern. And I think other options didn't really seem viable at the point, so he just had no other choice. In game 3, your Aatrox, it was so vital for you to scale with him. And it looks like you were able to sustain very well and also defend and protect your Kai'Sa. So what do you think your main role was here? I think until 2 core items, Aatrox is pretty tanky, but then when the enemy laner actually catches up to you, you end up dying a lot. So I think I really try to juggle the aggro from the enemy whenever we were in a trade. In game 3, the enemy Aphelios created a 4 to 5k gold difference, giving you a pretty hard time. So what do you think gave you the edge? I think I just had to focus down the Aphelios mainly. I think we just utilized that several seconds of the cooldown with his flash timer, and I think that's what really gave us the edge in the end to win. Hanalife Esports takes another victory, reaching 19 wins, and your remaining opponents are Genji, T1, and Nongshim. So, what mindset will you have to defend your second place spot? I feel like we're not very happy with our performance, and I think it always leaves a lot to be desired whenever we go against Genji and T1 especially. So I think we just always remember how we actually get ahead in the beginning, but then in the end we lose because we end up not doing our team fights very well. So I think as long as we're able to improve and fix upon those mistakes, we would be able to definitely win this time around. And that's the end of the interview with Zeus, and back to the space. Thank you.